from JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teishas Bader.
I'm Teishas Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, December the 27th, 2016. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu summoned the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Dan Shapiro, for talks on Sunday regarding the United Nations resolution against Israeli settlements that passed on Friday at the UN Security Council, 14-0, with the U.S. not exercising their veto but abstaining. Netanyahu called that action by the U.S. shameful and called Shapiro for, quote, clarifications on the matter. The Prime Minister also summoned the ambassadors of the 12 other countries that Israel has diplomatic relations with of the 15-member Security Council to reprimand them over the resolution. Netanyahu told his Security Cabinet meeting Sunday that while the U.S. and Israel have often disagreed over the settlement issue in the past, it was understood that the UN body was not the place to resolve that issue. He said friends don't take friends to the Security Council. And Jewish organizations here in the U.S. expressed their outrage over the U.S.'s failure to veto the resolution Friday. CEO of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, said it only encourages diplomatic end runs and diversionary tactics, which hinder rather than advance the prospects for peace. Leaders of the Anti-Defamation League, National Chair Marvin Nathan and CEO Jonathan Greenblatt said it is deeply troubling that this biased resolution appears to be the final word of the administration on this issue. And the Jewish Federations of North America echoed the sentiment, saying it is tragic that the administration chose to mar its legacy of support for the Jewish state and set back the prospects for Israeli-Palestinian peace. The leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Chairman Stephen Greenberg and CEO Malcolm Hoenlein, said the United States vote will be seen as a betrayal of the fundamentals of the special relationship that will nevertheless continue to mark the close ties between the peoples of the two countries. And Union for Reform Judaism President Rabbi Rick Jacobs released a statement prior to the vote on Friday, saying that while the URJ was against Israeli settlements in the West Bank, he said at the same time we stand firmly against any UN resolution that would dictate the way forward on this complicated issue. Jacobs said the United Nations has a long and troubling record of hostility to Israel, and it has proved itself incapable of playing a constructive role. Among the only major Jewish organizations to come out in support of President Obama's decision to withhold the U.S. veto was J Street. In other news, Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, cleared for publication today the recent arrest of a terror cell planning to attack IDF soldiers in Israel's Negev. Following an investigation by the Shin Bet, together with Israel police, the cell, which was made up of Israeli Arabs, was uncovered, as was plans to target IDF soldiers in the southern cities of Dimona and Arad or the Netavim air base. Arab-Israeli Knesset member Basil Ghattas has been released to house arrest. Under his current provisions, Ghattas can attend Knesset debates under supervised custody. If you recall, Ghattas was arrested last week on suspicion of smuggling cell phones and information to Palestinian terrorists in Israeli prisons. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin met with Christian leaders today in Jerusalem and called for the international community to take action to protect civilians in Syria. The president said, "I am proud of the humanitarian aid and medical help many Israelis are giving to the people of Syria. But, dear friends," he said, "silence and doing nothing cannot be an option. We must speak, we must act, we must pray." The event was attended by Israeli government officials and leaders of Israel's Christian communities. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS. At 7 o'clock, Professor Gil Troy of McGill University discusses the need for a new kind of Zionism in an exclusive JBS coverage of AIPAC 2016 from Washington. At 8, the American Jewish Committee's Director of Government and International Affairs, Jason Isaacson, talks about the coming tests for U.S. foreign policy in a program of AJC Westchester Fairfield and Bethel Synagogue. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Ambassador Yoram Ettinger on L'chaim. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, in the news at 6:30. And don't forget to join us here on JBS at 5:30 every evening through Hanukkah to light the menorah. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, December the 27th, 2016. I'm Teishas Bader. Chag Sameach.